people can either step it up or get out, right? And then I'm going to change the whole file. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. Sorry, I'm a minute late. I have 11 people in my house, and trying to get in the shower with 11 girls is quite the task. I mean, not with them, like, you know what I mean? Party at my house. Party at my house. Okay, so I'm just going to give some people just a couple of seconds or a couple minutes to pop on, because we are going to be talking about customer groups today, and how to manage and maintain your customer group. And I have all my admin here, so they're going to be talking about like what they do on that page and stuff like that. Hush, you're sitting right next to me. At least today you know you're supposed to do it. Good morning, Beverly. How are you? It's power hour time. We're live. We are, for real. Okay. I didn't know if you thought I was playing. Y'all like my cup? It says I prefer dogs over people. Jeremiah, Brenda Campbell, Miranda Lash, Jane Husting, Gloria, Valerie, Terry Morris, Vicky. People are getting on now. Kyla Holmes, Suzanne. Hi. Hello. They're probably talking in the chat. Oh yeah. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so as you guys may or may not know about, I've been with the company for 5 years, and about 4 years ago, I started a system that if you guys are working in a customer group, you probably were trained by somebody that I trained. I trained over 80% of the company, and the ad tag message system. We call it the ATM system. So my page has a little over 300,000 people on it. And I manage it very, very well, along with 14 admin, who I have all of them here now except one person, and then we have 2 people, and 2 people aren't here. And every year I bring them to my house and cook for them and feed them a lot of food that we shouldn't probably be eating, like lobster macaroni and cheese. And I made biscuits and gravy for breakfast. And I made a lot of food yesterday. Actually, I was cooking all day. And today we're going to go do some fun team building activities. But what I really want to talk to you about is how we maintain and manage the group. Because I'm getting a lot of questions from people. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Eula. Good morning, Jane. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Vicki. Good morning, Valerie. I can't get that out of my mouth this morning. I'm trying to see who's not muted. Okay. So, and then we have about, I don't know, 5 or 6 like moderators, which that's going to change because it's a lot to handle. But people kind of want to know, as teams grow and people leave, and what do you do with those people, and how do you manage a group so big? So one, it is a lot of work. I'm not going to lie and say it's not. When I first started this group, it was me and 5 other people. And I literally was awake many hours every day, getting this group set up and all the documents ready and creating the advertising for people to use. And it really changed my business. I went from 2-star to 5-star in 4 months. And I had been a 2-star with the company for a very long time because I went 2-star in 2 months when I joined. And then a year later, I went from 2-star to 5-star. So the groups back then were really hot. You could go post on a yard sale site and you literally would wake up to 1,000 friend requests. And it's just not like that anymore. I am going to be doing a call next week on new advertising techniques and groups so that you guys can start marketing differently. As Facebook is evolving, things are really changing. So good morning, Connie. So like I said, my group has a little over 300,000 people in it. I have 14 admin that manage the group full time. So on my training page, I have a training page. So every single person that says they want to work the business, Princess, you guys are going to have to listen to my dog bark because there's just too much going on and she's super nervous. And so she barks a lot because she's got me for a mother. So she's super nervous all the time. So we, they pretty much work the page. We have somebody covering the page at all times. So I have a training group that anybody that says they want to work the business, they get added to that training group and added to what we call the associate list. And so as we look up a customer, we look them up all the way to the closest working associate. And that person must be in the training page and must be on the training associate list. If they're not, then the admin rotates them. Okay. So that's kind of my way of rewarding them for all the hard work that they do every single day on this page, because it does take a lot of people and a lot of work to maintain it, make sure that, you know, people from other companies aren't getting in and selling to people, making sure other associates or aren't selling to other people's customers. I have very strict rules. I have and guys, it's not about me being anybody's boss, okay? It is very hard to maintain a page with 300,000 people on it and 2,500 associates saying that they're working the business. And, you know, my organization signed 200 people yesterday. So if let's say 15 of those people wanted to be an associate and work the business, they would be added to our training page, added to the list. And then we have a very specific training program that we take them through to make sure that they understand that, like, every customer on the page has an associate. If you didn't add them, they're not your customer. So unless their customer or somebody that they added them, then all they need to worry about in the beginning is posting and getting people in the group. And then we have a few associates that do understand what's going on that page, and they're able to go in and they tag the associates or whatever. And so that's you. In my opinion, I hear so many people say, oh, you have a training page. Like, I don't understand how you guys train your people if you don't have a training page. There's like too much information and too much stuff going on for me to remember that all in my head, because I'm not that smart. So they get tagged in all of that information on our training page, and then we walk them through cold market. But pretty much it's super important if you're running a customer group that you have a training page. It makes it a lot easier for you to keep up with people. You can only add 150 people to a chat. So having them in a chat doesn't really work. You can have more people in the chat if other people are adding them, but like you specifically as a leader can only have 150 people. So then people in the chat have to add the other people. And not only that, you're not going to get as much results out of only utilizing a chat, because a lot of stuff happens in the chat and all the important information gets pushed up. And so somebody new getting put in that chat wouldn't see all this training information at the top. So we have our training page has units. Good morning, Tanya. People, I have a training page, but it's pretty much dead. When I post, I get little to no response. Yeah, well, that kind of happens on our page too. And then they message me and say, Kaylee, what am I supposed to do? And I'm like, well, didn't you watch the video I posted? And then they're like, no. And I'm like, well, you should probably go do that. And then message me back. So that's going to happen, Valerie. It really is. You know, here's the truth of the matter. Very few people are going to want the business as bad as you. Okay. Very few people are going to get up on Saturday morning and be on this call. Very few people are going to be on last night's call at 8 o'clock at night on a Friday night because they were out, you know, partying or whatever. Me, I was having a cocktail and on Power Hour. So I don't know about them. I can multitask. So when it comes to training, I have a very specific, I mean, they're in a chat. I am put in the chat with any new associate. It doesn't matter if they're on my training page, I'm put in the initial chat once they've sent them this information. And then basically it's super simple. It just talks about True Vision. It talks about the rules of the page. The entire upline is introduced to them up to me. And then they're added to the training page. They're tagged in the rules of the customer page. And then we have a 7-day launch that we do with all of our new associates. And then we have we do the host to post after that. And then we teach them cold market. But if you're really working with your associate and training them right, a majority of them should not start cold marketing until they've worked through how many times a day do you post in your group? Are you constantly commenting on? No, I never. So only associates usually push old post up. We post probably, well, at least once an hour we post in the group, and then all customer posts are approved or not approved. So it depends on what the post is. The units are, it's my entire training system. The units are I have stuff that I wrote that my admin helped me write later as things changed and evolved with True Vision. I have a girl, Michelle Ruelos, who's going to come over here and talk in a few minutes while she's looking at me with her old stink eye over there. I already told all these girls that we were doing this today. But she keeps everything up to date as far as like new stuff and new product prices. And you have to have your page when you go into, hold on. It's got to be set to it's got to be set to training, I think, right? Or hold on, I gotta go find it. Okay, Michelle's gonna look it up. So there, when you create a new group, you can pick like social, selling, something, training, or something to that effect. Well, one of those pages, I think it's training or educational, maybe, then you're allowed to put units in your group. So then in those units, for instance, so the first unit is welcome new associates, and it just, welcome to our business page. And then she has it set up that they just click that link and then they go to the next unit. The next unit, unit 2 is group rules. Unit 3 is housekeeping. It's the associate file, the admin list, and how they figure out what their website is. Unit 4 is our follow-up system. We have a prospect follow-up schedule in there. We have a 7-day follow-up schedule. Unit 5 is warm market training. Unit 6 is warm market training, step 2. Then step 3, then unit 9 is unit 8 is cold market. Unit 9 is step 2. Unit 10 are the ads. Unit 11 is frequently asked questions. And you want to set your training page up to social learning, and then you'll be able, so not your customer page, okay? Because it changes the way Facebook lets people see it, okay? So you don't want your customer page to be social learning, but the training page is social learning, and then you're able to create those units in there. So that really, really helps. Now I'm going to tell you, 80% of people don't read it and they still ask lots and lots of questions, but that's what we're here for. And a lot of times now I just send them back to reread whatever they're asking. And I'll say, okay, well, that is, you can find the information here. But in the beginning, when I assign a new associate that wants to work the business, I don't let them say, if they say they want to work the business, I mean, I do let them say it, but if they say I don't want to work the business till I start having results, this is my answer to them. You purchased this product from me. You don't know me from Adam. You purchased it based on all these wonderful testimonies that you saw, and your friends are going to do the same. All you need to do is be excited, and you're excited today. So let's start your 7-day launch tomorrow. Okay. And they almost always say yes. Do you mind sharing these with us? My upline. Is that really good at training? I'm having to figure things out on my own. Yes, Gloria, I will. And oops, I just saw that that was private. Okay. So yes, I will. So it's really just important. I think that a lot of people's biggest issues is they don't know how important it is to have a training page. Even if it's dead, at least it's there, you know it's there, but you have got to have some rhyme or reason. I mean, I don't have this in documents, guys. Like, I don't have something that I can send you an email or anything. Like, I can, like, you know, I don't have it. It's just typed out on Facebook. Like, I don't have, like, I guess I can copy and paste. But I'm going to tell you that will not be till after Sunday because I have all my admin here today. So I'm not going to be able to do that and get it to you today. But if you guys PM me, so please don't put your email address in this thing. Please send me a private message on Facebook and say you would like the units or what they look like or something, because I will never remember all these people asking me all these questions. I didn't go to bed until like 3 o'clock this morning. I was up at 5:30. So I won't remember all of that. And once we send the recording to YouTube, I have to pull a different file to see all these questions. And I'm just going to be honest, I will totally forget. That's why I have a training page. That's why I have an associate list, because I can go look at that associate list. We know, perfect. Thank you. So the associate list, we put the associate's name, their ID number, the date they joined, the date they were added to the training page, and then in parentheses, the person that added them. And then that makes it a lot easier for us to track it back. Okay. So, it just keeps things kind of running smoothly. And again, I had somebody ask me last week, what do you do with all these people where their associates quit and they don't have anybody? So obviously, if you have your own page, those people should be going to you. I give them to my admin who work endlessly, tirelessly, effortlessly to get this stuff done. Michelle does a lot of all the writing and creating things to help people have a better experience through the training process. If you're on my team and you're listening to this call, I am not telling you to go make your own page. You know in the rules that it's not allowed. So don't think because I am talking to the entire company. So please, if you're on my page, forget that I'm even talking about this because you actually already know all of this. So do not think that you're supposed to go create your own page. That's not what I'm saying. There's a lot of people on here not in my organization. That's why we have Power Hour. So I'm talking to generally as a whole to the people, okay? So again, if you're in my organization, you don't have to do anything. We already have everything done and set up for you, okay? I'm talking to the people that have customer groups but have no maybe upline support, or maybe they just don't understand what they should be doing to make it better. On our customer page, we post about both the business and the opportunity. So on that page, we have documents that if okay, I need everybody to log off the internet if you're on the internet. Am I still frozen? Yes. Oh, I'm back. Okay. Yay. I'm back. We have files that we tag them in. I follow up with them in 24. Yeah. Yeah. I have horrible internet in Crystal River. And so when there's like 11 of us here, all trying to stream off of the same thing, it gets a little complicated, but I also just have bad internet here. So, and they said they weren't on it, a lot of them. So it should have been fine. But if it freezes up, just tell me that it froze and I'll stop talking. All right, so I'm going to start with Michelle. Great. She goes, great. I thought you liked me. I put her on the spot last night. So Michelle's going to come and just kind of talk about, what she does on the page, how she helps us maintain it, how long she's been doing it, and there you go. All of you get a chance. So you better prepare.
Hi. Awkward. No. So I've been an admin for I don't know, 3 years, probably 3 years, something like that. We all of us, we all help keep all the other associates busy by tagging them to their customers. I help a lot with the training page, try to keep everything up to date. Hi. It was Jeremiah.
Oh. There. Sometimes that helps you.
Oh, not to see anything? Not
yeah.
to see myself? Okay.
Yeah, if you want, and that's how you do it.
I make ads. I do a lot of things I don't actually remember off the top of my head right now. I'm a little nervous. I didn't have anything to drink yet.
Do you think the group works better with all the admin or if it didn't have admin? And
well, the group wouldn't function without the admin. It'd be a train wreck. And even as it is, I think we're a little short-handed. So if any of you guys are in Kaylee's team, if any of you guys are looking to help grow your own business, because when you help tag customers, your name actually shows up in your customer's feed as having commented on somebody's post, and then your customer will end up going to see that post because they want, everybody's kind of nosy. They want to see what you commented on. So they're going to go look at it, and then they're going to see somebody's amazing results. And so it actually helps your business too. So if you guys want to help out, we are always looking for help.
Perfect. So that's another thing too, guys. You have to let your associates know how important it is that they're actually helping on the page. One, it keeps their name and their interactivity on Facebook going. So you're going to go to Facebook jail less if you're constantly in there posting, because they know you're a real human being. Okay. So that's super important. And like she said, every time, if Miranda goes on and tags somebody in a post, then her name's going to come up in her customers' notifications, because Facebook lets you know everything somebody's doing now, everything, even stuff you don't even want to know what they're doing. So when she goes and comments on a post, whether she comments or tags another associate or whatever, that comes up in her customers' notifications, and then her customers, people are nosy. They'll click on that button. It's a proven fact that we click on 87% of our notifications. And so as long as they're getting notifications and they're being pushed up, they're constantly going to be seen. Miranda is one of our top recruiters in my organization. And how many people has she signed this month? Do you know? Over 20 people. But she's always on the page, commenting, posting, or things like that. Now, we're very picky about what we let be posted. I don't allow anybody to post an associate's testimony that is a working associate in my organization, meaning I'm not going to go post Heather's testimony in the customer group. I want Heather posting her own testimony. And the reason is because customers, you already know, that's not the same person. That doesn't look like, because they don't know what a mirror is. Like I've never seen so many not so smart people my whole life, and don't understand that when you're standing in a mirror, that the image is reversed. So we're constantly, we have to clean that up. We don't let any negativity on the page, meaning I'm not trying to say that I don't let people say, I'm not having good luck. Can I get some advice? That's not negative. But I don't let any post be approved that says, this product sucks, blah, 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 it didn't work. I took it for 30 days and I didn't lose a single pound. I didn't lose a single pound for 44 days. So 30 days isn't enough. People need to be committed to their weight loss. If they even comment that on a post, we remove the comment. And if they keep getting crappy, we remove and block them. Our block list for my customer group is miles long. Probably half of you are on that block list, to be honest, because if you're an associate in the company, not in my organization, and unless I've given you very specific reasons to be on that page for a day to get some information. And I just do that to keep the integrity of the company. Like, I'm not saying I don't trust you guys, but there's lots of people. We found a girl in there yesterday that she was selling, getting people's money and not sending them the product, right? So guess who's replacing it? We are, right? I'm not Heather, as it was her customer, but I do a lot because I want people not to think that we don't have integrity and not to think that they're being ripped off by people. Yeah, that really happened. Yeah. And so that girl's been reported to compliance. We have proof. The girl sent her the money. I mean, and then I found out that I'm not the only person that's reported her to compliance. So, you guys need to be, these are your customer groups. And so you want to be picky with who you're letting in there as far as like other associates in the company, or really monitoring. Like a lot of times if I see, so last week there was a girl that kept liking, and I noticed that like, it was like, she liked this comment, she liked this comment, and she was liking these people's comments. Well, she worked for Lavelle. So I went, and because that was just weird. I'd never seen her name before. And all of a sudden she's liking all these comments. So if you're really paying attention to what's going on your customer page. So my customer page is super, super important to me. I built it from the ground up. Again, it has about 300,000 people in that group. So it's my baby, right? So I stepped back from the admin position and I kind of let them take over because I was super mean and people didn't like me. Can you imagine that? People didn't like me. Isn't that horrible? But so I kind of stepped back. Christina McCauley asked this, and I was wondering as well. You make ads? Is that paid ads? No, I don't make paid ads. No, I don't pay. I'm not paying Facebook for nothing. Nope. So I'll give you guys a really good ad. Okay. So right now, if you post a before and after, nobody is going to see it. In your stories, they'll see it. But if you go into a yard sale group and post a before and after, half the time you can't even find the before and after, because Facebook is like shutting down health and wellness companies and advertising without paying for ads. Okay. So this is what you do. You take the before picture and this is what you're going to write. And I want everybody to go post this right now. I mean, I'll give you like 5 minutes. So this is a great activity. Okay. I want you to take just the before picture. Right, not you guys. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. They're all like, you told us not to get online. I'm talking about yard sale ads. I'm not talking about paid ads. I'm talking about the ads. I mean, if you post a before and after on your page, that's an ad. If you post a before and after in a yard sale, that's an ad. If you post anything about True Vision trying to get people to send you a friend request, that's an ad. I do have a business page. It's got over 3,000 people on it. I just hired somebody to maintain it for me because I have no clue what I'm doing. I have an Instagram account with 19,000 people. I have no clue what I'm doing. So I hired somebody to take care of that too. So this is what you're going to go post. You're going to take just the before picture and you're going to post it and say, before this picture, since this picture, that person's lost however many pounds. If you want to see their after, comment below. Your phone's going to be blowing up all day. Then when they comment, you're going to say, thank you so much for your interest. I'm going to send you a message and a friend request now on that comment. Okay. You want to talk to these people. The more you're talking in the ads, I don't know. I just kept posting funny stuff. And then the next thing I knew, I had 19,000 people. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know how I got all those people like on there. Honest to God. I'm talking about Instagram. I'm going to talk about that. Yep. I'm talking about Instagram. Okay. So, you're going to go make this post. So for instance, and don't everybody go use Jonathan Brister's picture. Okay. But this is just, I'm using his picture. I post his before picture only. After this, since this picture, Jonathan Brister has lost however many pounds it's been. If you'd like to see his after, send me a message or use your own before picture or whatever. Since this picture, I've lost 30 pounds, send me a message or comment below to see my after picture. when they send you a message or you send them a message and they respond, do not send anything until they respond, okay? So when you message them, until they respond to your message, you're not going to send anything else. Once they respond, thank you for your interest. I'm super excited to share his before and after with you. In the message, you're going to send the before and after, because I want them to be able to see both of them next to each other, okay? I'm going to tell you, you'll get a lot of activity on it. So another thing you can do to build your customer group, and we just did this day before yesterday, is I run a contest that they have to add and tag 20 people in that post and their associate, and they'll be entered to win 2 weeks free. Okay, that gets you a lot. Yep, do this at a cold market on, no, not, you can do it on your page too, Tanya, or you can do it in a yard sale. You can do it on your page and your yard sale group. I mean, you know, yard sale groups are kind of hot on Saturdays, especially right now, September, October, we're getting ready to get into the really busy season. So that's a really, really great post. Sometimes you could post, take a couple of pairs of pants, and if you don't have any old fat pants anymore, go to the Goodwill and buy some of your old size and take a picture of them laying on top of each other or next to each other. If you'd like to know how I shrunk 3 pant sizes in 8 months, send me a friend request. Okay, so let me go answer some of these questions. So when she says ads, you basically mean a post. Yes, a post. How the heck did you get 19,000 on Instagram if you don't know what you're doing? Do this in cold market. You can do it in cold market or on your page. And when I say cold market, we're talking about yard sale groups, interest groups, if you can post in there. I kind of teach my girls not to post before and afters and interest groups, to actually go in there and make friends. I have a girl, Allie France, on my team. I'm sure most of you know who she is. She posted a picture of a fish in this fishing group and said, I love to meet new people that love to fish. If you're one of those, send me a friend request. I think she got 131 friend requests. So there's lots and lots of ways without posting a before and after to get people. And you can either go the Ray Higdon way and punch them in the gut, or you can go the other way and build a relationship with them. I mean, everybody's different. There's no right or wrong way, the way you market to somebody. Some people like to really get to the point. Some people like to build a little bit more of a relationship, but don't build the relationship for 2 years. Like, okay, like you don't have that much time. So you're not going to be like tootling around, you know what I mean? You want to, you know, build a small relationship with them and then get them involved, right? The other thing is Facebook has changed notifications. So when they changed, if you notice, you're not hardly getting any notifications from groups. Who's with me on that? Who thinks that their notifications for groups has went down tremendously? Just say me in the comments. Okay, this is why. Facebook changed it, and in order for you to get the notification, you have to go to the group, you have to click on the 3 dots at the top, and you have to actually put get notifications, okay? So that's why you're not getting notifications. So you have to manually go change it. So yesterday, I ran a contest in my group. Pinky took a picture. Okay, come Pinky.
That was going in order.
In order of what? In order of what I'm talking about. So this is one of my admin, Pinky Fine. Her real name is Christina, but that's what we call her, is Pinky. So, and here she is.
Hi. So, Heather, yeah, bring your face. We were trying to figure out why why most people couldn't see the group, and so I went through and I screenshot when we were trying to figure out what can we do to get everybody to see our group. So I took screenshots of steps of how we can get everybody to do that. So Kaylee was like, okay, well, let's just do a contest. So we did a contest. I made the ad, and they had to click 3 dots. Then they had to click, okay, following.
Get notifications.
Get notifications.
And then you click get notifications, all posts.
Yeah, on all posts. And so they want the product. They have been seeing it, and some people are already interested. And so if they saw that post, they had to screenshot and show us that, okay, I did this. And now they're going to be entered to win 2 trials.
Yep.
And we're going to have 3 winners. So that's another way that you can get people to see your group. Like, just something simple would mean like a lot to somebody that really wants to try it. So 2 trials is not a lot. And I mean, you're investing in your business, so you're investing in your group.
because Facebook took that option away. Like they changed everybody. You're not getting
You're
notifications.
not
for
getting
groups anymore.
notifications. So used to, that's how I would post in groups, right? I would get a notification that somebody else posted and not a True Vision associate, but just Joe Blow was selling a pair of pants or something, right? Well, as soon as I would get that notification, that's how I would go post in groups, right? Because they're active in there. Well, all of a sudden I don't get these notifications. And so like, this is my gig. Like Facebook is my thing. I'm in a special group with people that run Facebook. Like I got Angel Fletcher out of Facebook jail. Okay. She couldn't get out of Facebook jail for like 2 weeks and I got her out of Facebook jail. Okay. Because I have such a huge customer page. When you hit 250,000 people in your group, you get put in this special Facebook group. And like, there's a new Facebook platform coming out. It looks just like MySpace. Well, they showed us that last week in that group, right? So I know a lot of things going on. I didn't know that until Pinky told me yesterday that the notifications are automatically off unless they manually go in. So again, we went in and took screenshots. You cannot be an admin of the group in order to take these screenshots because as an admin, you automatically have that you automatically get the notifications because you're an admin. So you have to have somebody that's not an admin take a screenshot of the things. Yep. So I'm gonna just show you
The edit.
you can log in.
We pinned it at the top.
Yeah, it's pinned at the top.
Okay. So I turned this around. Okay. So can everybody see that? So how we did that? Step 1, they have to click the 3 dots at the top. Step 2, they have to click on following and get notifications. And then when they click get notifications, step 3, it says all post. So I know that it's kind of hard to read that. And then we posted that. I'm giving them 48 hours, right? They have 48 hours to post a screenshot. And let me tell you, if they don't post the screenshot correct, no, I can't. This doesn't allow me to put pictures or anything on here. So I can't put a picture. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
You just post screenshots of the steps.
Yeah, I just
Like-
posted the screenshots of the steps and wrote on them. So it's step 1, click the 3 dots at the top of the group. Step 2, follow and click on get notifications. Step 3 is all post. So they do those 3 things. They have to send me a screenshot that they've done that.
They have to put on the
And they have
post.
to put it on the post so that we can all see it. And tomorrow, well, today we're going to pick
We're
a
gonna
couple of
pick
people and we're going to pick a person tomorrow or something, right? So I only give them a certain amount of time to do that. Just like the add and tag friends, that's going to end today. I only give them a certain amount of time to do it because you always want to create a sense of urgency, right? And I'm going to tell you, I can tell just in one day the amount of people seeing the post in that group and not seeing the post. I think the post itself has, I don't know if we click on it, if we can see. It already has 450 comments on it, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean, that's probably about 200 and something people that weren't seeing the page that will now get notifications. And I'll probably do it like a couple of times a month, right? And then it'll kind of be hard to keep track. I mean, listen, guys, not everybody in the world is that honest. So like, I'm sure next time somebody will post the screenshot and they already posted it. But the more that you do that and the more you see, or you could go make a post. So I told my girls, go make a post on your wall. Who wants to win 2 free trials, right? And then they get tons of comments on their page because it's their personal page. Then they will say, okay, I'm going to go tag you in this post. It's super easy, no purchase necessary, and you'll be entered to win 2 trials, right? So you have got to do more on your personal page now to get the people in the group active, because before, so when I started, the rules were you couldn't post about True Vision on your Facebook page. That was the rule. You couldn't talk about True Vision. You couldn't have your cover photo couldn't say True Vision. You couldn't post pictures of the product. You couldn't, I was so mean. You couldn't do nothing, right? Because I wanted it all in this group because it was like a secret because people would want to know what's going on, right? But now because of all the changes with Facebook, we have to use stories in our Facebook, and stories is super, super important. I mean, I get more activity out of my stories than I get in the group or on Facebook on my regular page, right? Who am I going to have go next? So some of them might get lucky and not have to talk. But that's kind of what we do to keep our page up and running. So here, I'm just gonna let you guys unmute yourself and ask me questions, because I can probably answer your questions better than sitting here rattling on about stuff to find something to talk about.
Oh, the admin needs to have like a computer or something like that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, if you're an admin or you're running this group page, it's much easier if you have a computer. I use I don't use the app for anything when it comes to monitoring my customer page. I only either use my browser or a computer. The app doesn't tell you like who added them anymore, and it used to tell you who added them. If you search their name, it doesn't. So if you type in the app, their name, it doesn't show you at all. So, I mean, like I said, we have 300,000 people on that page. There is no way I'll be sitting here all day scrolling on my phone trying to find one person. Again, we have in our admin chat, every single person removed and blocked from the page is acknowledged in there. The reason, a screenshot, and who removed them. And we do that so that like, we'll get like yesterday, this girl was blocked, but we didn't know why she was blocked. So we unblocked her because somebody blocked her and didn't tell us why. So I don't know what it was for. I mean, she
When they start
probably,
using Thrive, and then we put that in the chat, but then in 2 months when they want to come back.
right. So like
You know
we had
why.
somebody that started using Thrive, they got removed and blocked.
when they
We
wanna
got
come
removed
back.
and blocked. And then 2 months later, the girl, this is a true story. 2 months later, the girl wanted to come back because she realized Thrive doesn't work and wanted to come back to using True Vision. So it's in the admin chat that she was removed for promoting or using Thrive. Now she's not, and we want to add her back. She just placed an order or whatever. Okay. And again, that just keeps our page less likely of poachers or other people from other companies trying to private message our customers. I also have a loyal starfish program. So if a customer comes and tells me and sends me screenshots of somebody in the group trying to sell another product to them, or they're not their associate, I give them a 30-day for telling me that, and that person's removed from the page. So we call it our loyal starfish program. And let me tell you, I get a lot of people telling on people. Yes, Christina. You can just unblock yourself. I mean, unmute yourself.
So if we have a lot of associates that don't work our customer group, but yet we tag them because a lot of us work full time. So yeah, how do you decide? Like, do you take
So
time
here,
to go
if they
look
don't
at
have PV for 3 months, their upline gets tagged. And if they don't have PV for 6
Okay.
months, they're removed. I don't care. And if
Okay,
I
so-
feel like I have a girl right now, she always talking about, she has her PV, but she doesn't do anything. I get hundreds of complaints about her. She doesn't get tagged anymore. She was removed from my training page. Like, this is my business and my organization. And I don't mind, like, I have a ton of people that work full time and they only maybe sign 1 or 2 people a month and they just love us and da da da. Okay, I tag those people. But we also have people that are just sitting around collecting a check and everybody else is doing the work for them. That's not my gig, and you're not going to be tagged on my page. You want to go run a train wreck, go over there and run it. Like, I'm a jerk sometimes. I'm just going to be real honest. But this is our organization and our business, and it can't function properly if we are just tagging people. I mean, here's the deal,
People
right?
don't go to Walmart
They
and not
can-
know how to do their job.
Right.
Like, you
People
have
at
to know how
Walmart
to
are
do
going to
your
get
job.
fired. If you go work at Walmart, you're supposed to be the customer service rep, and the person comes up and you're chit-chatting with your friend instead of ringing them out. They're not going to let that stuff fly for a little while and they're fired or let go, right? So I'm trying to build an empire. I'm not like this. I'm not a part-timer or a half-timer, or I'm kind of working this week and, oh, I'm going to take 3 weeks off. This isn't a business. I mean, with these customer groups, if you're going to use this customer group as your way to build your business, you have to be available every day. I don't care if it's for 1 hour a day. I don't care if it's for 30 minutes a day. You have to be available every day. When my associates go on vacation, or they are going to be out, or they're going to be, I mean, I don't know, Heather just was having chemotherapy and an operation, and she was like on the phone messaging people. Like, so there are no excuses. And what's happening is people get tagged, right? So all they care about is the $15 they're going to make. They never take care of the customer again. They never talk to the customer again. So I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to take care of all these people because I don't want them to quit, right? Or stop taking the product. But you can only do that for so long before you're like awake for 24 hours a day and not getting any sleep, right? So I took my very first vacation in 5 years. I asked for 24 hours not to be bothered, and I still got 1,300 messages while I was on vacation, and it's the truth. What?
You still wouldn't put your phone down.
No, and I still didn't put my phone down. I mean, like, and even though it
You
was
did
like
better.
the only, I mean, I did do better, but I love what I do, and it's super important to me to be available for people. So you guys can't not feel like you don't have to tell them they can't work. You're just going to say you can't work on this page. You're not answering your tag. So I even have an 8-hour rule, or is it 12? 10 to 12 hours they have to respond to the tag or their uplines tagged. Now, do I spend all day looking through to see who responded? Nope, but I got some admin that do. So you best believe I'm not doing that. And they're good. And we have associates that will send us a screenshot and say, no one's answered this tag. So we teach the customer, the associate. So if Heather tags me, I always acknowledge the tag. Thank you, Heather, for tagging me. Kyla, I'll message you now. If I'm not friends with you already, Kyla, I'll message you now. Please accept my friend request and click on my name and send me a message to see the message, right? Because they don't know. So a lot of your messages, if you're not friends with these people, are going in their filtered messages and they never, ever see them. So you have to tell them what to do, right? And it's just respect to these admin who work their ass off all day long to say thank you. Right? I mean, it's not that hard to say thank you to the admin so that we know you got the tag. But there are people that don't answer their tags for 2 or 3 days. And so we have associates that will send us screenshots and saying, it looks like this person hasn't been helped, right? So guess what? By the time I get to the customer in 3 days, what do you think they've done? They've Googled TrueVision and they're either on one of them stupid Google legs or in the orphan tree, right? So I don't want that happening. So we have a 10 to 12 hour rule. It used to be 8 hours, but I got a lot of flack from my nurses that are in TrueVision because they work 12-hour shifts. So it's not cool for me to say, okay, you have only 8 hours, but they work a 12-hour shift. And I know for a fact nurses can't have their phones on the floor. And if they do, they will get in a lot of trouble. So go ahead, Christina.
Okay, so we have a customer group that don't grow very much because nobody adds new people every day because a lot of us don't work the cold market. But do you, even if you didn't work the cold market, would you go into your friends list and try to add people?
Oh, listen, I go into my friends list and I friend their friends. And then I go on their page and like their stuff, and maybe they accept my friend request and maybe they don't. What are they going to do? Say no and block me? Who cares? I don't know.
But then they go in your customer group. But then they go in your customer.
Well, no, they don't. I don't automatically put them in there. So if I do that, so okay. So me and a couple of my other girls are teaching our girls right now to go to their friends list and then go friend 2 or 3 of their friends, right? And go on their page and like something on their page or comment on something on their page. If you can always like something unless they have it shut down like the IRS. But most people don't have their page like that because Facebook changed the algorithms. And so now you can kind of see more stuff. So you at least have the ability to like someone's post. And those are kind of more like, we're going to get to know you in this leads, right? We say they're leads only because we're not going to just slam them into the group because they don't even know. Maybe they would get really offended, maybe even if it's a really big person and you put them in there, they would get really offended, right? So then right after we have them do that day, then they're going to put something in their story. They're going to post something on their Facebook page that talks about their group or before and after. And so maybe it takes a little bit for them to get into the group, but as long as they're posting on their page and getting people to ask questions, that's going to help them get them into the group. Does that make sense, Christina? I would go, am I froze, you guys? Can anybody hear me, see me? No. Oh, I see you. Okay, good. You are so friending new people every day. Yes, I do. Yes, I am. Okay, and then T. Walters. So 20 plus people I've tried getting a hold of. So where were these people from? Can you unmute yourself?
So I got these people when they were in our group, our customer group, they had asked for information, right? So when I was
Okay, so you're gonna go in your customer group and you're gonna say, hi, Kaylee Cyber, I've sent you a message. I know that you are interested in True Vision. Please click on my name and send me a message to see mine. Just
Right,
post
that's
that right in
exactly
your
what I've done.
Okay,
Yep.
and if you're on my page, do not do that, guys. But she's probably in a different group and they probably don't have all these crazy cycle rules like me. But that is a way to get in contact with them and they still aren't responding.
And they're still not responding. And I sent them a message through Messenger, and you can tell they haven't seen it because it's like that empty check mark. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then they don't have the option on their profile to friend request them.
I know,
so
and we
then-
are actually, Bev and I, come over here, Bev.
Option on Messenger to put add on Messenger. If you have in Messenger, there's add on Messenger. You can click that button.
I don't know what that
And
means.
it adds them.
Yeah, add on Messenger.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
In Messenger, like if it's a new person that you haven't connected with before. Yeah, so then
But a lot
So,
of
like,
a lot of customers.
up at the top here, it would say add on Messenger. So then you're adding them on Messenger, and they sometimes
Oh, so I guess that, Twyla, at the top of the message, it says add on Messenger.
and here it would say. So I
At the
did it to
very
this-
top, do you see anything like that up
Yeah,
there?
I'm looking now. Let me see
Okay.
here.
Too much talking going on, I can't hear. I'm dealt with that too. Okay, so Tanya Ackerson, she's on my team, so, or not my, she's in my organization. I dealt with that too and added on Messenger and sent a voice message and she still didn't see it. I mean, guys, listen, for a long time, first of all, Facebook changed it and for like 2 months I couldn't even find it because I keep telling you I'm not that smart. So I had to message Michelle and she had to walk me through how to figure out where my filtered messages were because I couldn't find it to save my life. People just don't know it exists. You know what I mean? They just don't. So I would go to those people's page and see if you can comment on one of their posts and don't mention weight loss. Just say, hey, I sent you a message. Could you check it out? Because guess what happens? If you can comment on their post, that message is going to unfilter itself once you go comment on something on their page. But it has to be a comment. It cannot be just a like. So a lot of people's pages are not private at all, but not public either. So you can see some posts, but not all of them. And some of them you can comment on and some of them you can't. So that's another way to maybe try. But I had a girl message me last week that I sent her a message probably 6 months ago. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't know it was in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm running into, but like I don't see the add and messenger thing on here on these.
I
ones.
don't see that either. So
I have
I don't know
so
how that works.
many.
Yeah. So I mean, and I know that nobody likes to hear this, but just go find new people. That's what I say all the time. And they're like, I know, Keely, but I have all these people. I mean, if they can't see your message and they don't know how to get to your message and you've done everything you can to get this person to get in your messenger, like there's nothing else you can do. And we're not going to sit and keep trying to wait for 20 people or 10 people, whatever. You just go, and it's frustrating, I know, because Facebook has made so many changes. But there's several kind of ways, and you know what, they'll ask in the group again for information. They will. A lot of people, I mean, we think that everybody just goes and Googles it right away. They don't. A lot of people just say they're interested and you send them the information and they never even respond to the message at all.
So in our welcome post, I go and tag their name and say, I messaged you on the post.
Okay, so we have a welcome post. I am not friends with her, so I can't comment on our page. We have a welcome post in our group that welcomes everybody into the group. So Michelle said she goes on the welcome post and tags them in that welcome post and says, hey, I sent you a message, look at the information above or whatever. And I sent you a message, please click on my name. The same thing. So that's another way. If you have a pinned post, that's something that normally if that has a comment or you tag them in that pinned post, Facebook will send them a notification, even if you're not friends with them. So yeah, you can do that, Tanya, in our group. So what's your first name? T Walters. It's not T Walters, right?
No, it's Trinity.
Okay, Trinity. That way I'm not like going T Walters.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Things to do.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Perfect. Okay, so we just have about 6 minutes left, but I want all my admin to come over here. You're gonna get in this picture somehow. I don't know how you're gonna do it. We're gonna push it back. So I'm just gonna introduce you to all of them. So this is Chanita. She's from Virginia. She's been with me for about 3 or 4 years, right? All of you guys have been here at least 4 years now, right? 3 years. Okay, so that I'm just gonna do this. Here, you guys just come up here and introduce yourself and say how long you. Okay, good. So this is Janita. She's from Virginia. She's been here 3 years.
Hi, I'm Pinky. I've been an admin for 4 years. I live in Mississippi.
I'm Heather, been here 4 years. Anyway, and
She's been
I'm
with
from
Tradition
Ohio.
longer than she's been with been an admin. Yep.
Hi, Michelle. 3 years, maybe 3.5 years. It's been a while.
Yep.
Hi, Beth.
And this is my saving grace. She keeps this hot train wreck organized.
Officially adminning probably not even a year, but helping Kate behind the scenes for a couple years before that.
And she's from Wisconsin, but she doesn't live there anymore now. She lives here.
Melody, admitting for about 3 years.
Okay, look, they're so shy. Come on, guys. Heather, or no, Heather went.
Good morning, Jennifer from Pennsylvania, and admitting 3.5 years.
Amber.
Hi, I'm Amber. I've been admin for about 3 years.
And so this is our graphics girl. That's what I'm always saying. Can you message the graphics girl? No, I say, can you message Amber? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to touch your booth. Just kidding, I did. She does all of our graphics for us when we run a contest in the group or whatever. So I have, people. I have a couple more people or one more person that's gonna come up. Claudia.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Claudia. I live in the Florida Panhandle. I've been with the company for about 3 years, been adminning for about 2.
Perfect. And so Claudia is, she works at a school. Oh yeah, see our shirt? Can you guys see them? Did I turn over? Okay. So everybody got a shirt or whatever, and today I'm taking them and we're gonna go do all of this stuff. So, like Claudia works full time at the school. And so she works like effortlessly after she gets home and she's up late. So all of these girls, I really appreciate them. But my point about all of this, guys, is it really does take a team of people to run this page. If you really want a good page, you need to go lock arms with a couple of people. I mean, like I said, when I started, it was just 2 people or 5 people. So it's really super important that you find, 3 to 5 people. And as your page gets bigger, you're adding different people. But you have to make sure that you have a trusting relationship with them because they have a lot of authority on the page. And so you really have to be able to trust them, but really just getting a couple of people to help you out. And the more people that you have and different skill sets, right? So like Amber does all of our graphics. Bev, makes sure that every I and every T is crossed. And Michelle writes all these documents. And I mean, listen, Bev wanted me to change stuff that I couldn't even change. I'm like, no, don't you message corporate that. You know what I mean? And then we have people that work and just go and look on the page and make sure that everything's going smoothly. So, we can't do it all. And I'm really good at posting testimonies and things like that. So I try to do the things that I'm really good at and get better at those things instead of I don't want to learn how to make graphics. I don't have time. It's not my gig. I'm not that artistic, right? So I would rather Amber make them for me, right? She's really good at it. I don't hardly read anything, right? I mean, if I can't watch it in a video in less than 5 minutes or scan it and figure it out, then I'm probably not going to read it except for my self-development stuff, right? I did write all the documents, but keeping them up to date is Michelle. She knows when the changes happen. She knows what the change is. She goes in, she takes care of it. I don't have to ever worry about this page. I know that all these admin are doing what they're really good at on this page and keeping it ran consistently and just that's how all of us have grown our business. And the more associates that you have helping out on the page, they don't have to be admin, but if they've been around long enough, this is their business too, and they should be more than willing to, spend an hour tagging the page. They know how it works. So you have to set the standard in the beginning of this is how this page runs and this is what we're going to do. And it's not that hard to change it over if you really, really, really want a good customer group. We keep the page super, super active. We start posting at 6 o'clock. Sometimes Michelle's up early or I'm up early. Michelle used to live in California, and that worked out really great because she was 4 hours behind, or 3 hours behind all of us. But she's still up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, the other night I was talking to her at 2:30 in the morning. So we start posting probably around 5:30 in the morning, and we don't stop posting until about 2:30 in the morning. And then again, we have customers posting their testimonies, which really, really help. We go in, we make sure that we like it, we put a comment on it, because the more comments a post has, the more people that are going to see it. So does
It's
anybody?
also important to have people that you can trust
Yeah.
to help run your page.
Yep, that's super, super important. I help when I can. Yep, so like Tanya helps. I mean, she's been around. She knows how it's supposed to be working. So they can help tag. Sometimes they only tag an admin because they really don't, if it goes above one person, they're like, oh no, now what do I do, right? Or sometimes if they're removed from the group, it stops at them. So we have to do a little research. And so I don't just give customers away. I mean, we really search. We search their name. We go look at their friends list. We search their name in the group. We see if they're tagged in the welcome post.
See if they've been ordered.
Yep. So Tanya only has a phone, so it's hard for people on a phone unless they're using their browser. So you guys all know
Nothing works well if you can get it to work.
Chrome. On Chrome, you can go and you can change it to desktop version. It looks just like your computer would, and it's like having your desktop on your phone. So I hope that you guys all got at least something out of this call today. It's 11 o'clock and I have something I got to get all these people to. So I hope you guys all have a great day, a great weekend. Thank you for getting on the call. We appreciate you. Love you. Goodbye.